Okay, y'all got to bear with me a little bit on this one. I'm going to be doing another address plaque, and I've already got it taped up. I'm going to be trying, I've done timber ring pours before, but it's been on canvases, on just regular 15 by 30 canvases or something along those lines, 12 by 36, rectangular canvas. Yeah, this is the first time I've tried to do one on this irregular shaped piece of wood, and hopefully it's going to come out all right. I'm going to give just this little preview here, and then I'll pause, and when I get ready to start pouring, I'll come back on. But I want to let you know the colors that I'm using on this. The colors are, and they're all right over here. I have burnt sienna, burnt umber, raw sienna, yellow ochre, brown, white, and black. So that's white, black, brown, burnt umber, raw sienna, I don't know. Anyhow, the colors are all there. I've already taken the paints and layered them into these 5 cups. There's going to be 5 sections on there. And the paints are all layered into these cups, which I'm going to be pouring on this plaque right here. You'll notice I've got the ends taped up. When I get ready to pour it, I'll explain a little bit more about the tape on the ends. That's to keep the paint from going off the end until I'm ready for it to go off the end. When I'm not ready for it, because when I tilt this, I'm only going to be tilting this way and that way. I'm not going to be tilting in these 2 directions, because I don't want the paint to get all gobbled up in there. But anyhow, I've got some spots on there. That's just some places for me to start my pour. That's all that is. And just wanted to give you a little prelude to what I'm doing here. I've got 5 cups. There's going to be 5 sections here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as I get ready to pour it, I'll tell you a little bit more about that. I just want to give you a little heads up on that. Show you what I'm doing. These little black spots are just the holes that I've pre-drilled into this piece of wood for mounting the address plaque on a home. And eventually, if this comes out right, it'll have names and numbers and decals and stickers and all kinds of stuff on it when it gets all done. But that's just a little heads up on the beginning of it, okay? I'll be back shortly. Bye. All right, I'm back. Wish me luck on this, because I really have no idea how well it's going to come out on this plaque. But I'm going to start pouring like at this end over here, and then I'll pour this end, then I'll pour the middle, and then I'll do the other 2 here, because they'll help push the paints that way. So hopefully this is going to come out looking okay. I really don't know. This is a big experiment for me, so we'll start right in here. Gonna do a different angle on this one each time so that the paints don't get too jumbled up. Yeah, it's going to leak through that hole a little bit, but that's okay. I expected that. I think I should have put a little bit more white into this. Catch the drip. And I'm going to go to the other end and pour that one down. Paints are pretty thick. They're pretty much a 3-to-1 ratio Floetrol to paint. Some are a little bit more, a little bit less, but I kept them pretty thick so that the rings will show better. I thought this was pretty level to begin with, but it doesn't look like it was. Alright, now the one in the middle. Now, I didn't put a base coat down on this, it's just a wooden plaque which I have primed with some white primer, and it's dry. I didn't use a base coat like I would normally use on a lot of other things. I hope this comes out okay, but I'm kind of wondering now if I should have used a little bit more white paint in a couple of these, so it would have contrasted with the colors a little bit more. Gets the drip. And let's go down to this end here first and do this one. Hopefully if this goes right, it'll push those two, or the three, the middle one and the two ends out a little bit more. Been a long time since I've done a tray ring pour. I've done 2 or 3 others, and they all looked pretty good when they got done. Tray ring pour, timber ring pour, whatever you want to call it. And the goal is for it to look like pieces of wood. And that's about all she wrote on this one. And I kind of did a little funky thing here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this skewer and just kind of move that paint back into a swirl. And finally the last one. Wish me luck, folks. Like I said, I really had no idea how well this was going to come out, how good it was going to look, how bad it's going to look. And I guess we'll find out once I start tilting it around. I already know I should have used a little bit more white. I can see that now, but it's a little too late. Oops. Saw that. Paint blob just came out. I thought I saw one go into the cup when I was layering the paints into it a while ago. Let's see if I can find it and get it out of there. There it is. Now I got to use my skewer and make that look a little bit nicer. Okay, here comes the fun part. Like I said, now I'm not going to be tilting in these two directions. I'm only going to be tilting that way and this way. And eventually I will peel the tape off at the end and then let the paint flow over that way. So I'll start tilting straight down this way. With this odd shaped piece of wood, it's hard to say what it's going to look like when it's all said and done. Okay, we'll bring it back this way now. See another little paint booger I got to get out. I'm going to try and bring these back to the middle here a little bit. Couple of these nasty cups out of here. I got paint on them and I don't want to set it back down on cups that have got paint on them. That paint blob I saw. Maybe I didn't see one. Maybe there's really not one there. I don't know. Let's give it a little quick torch before I pull the paint off, or the tape rather. This is nothing but Floetrol and paint. There may be a few cells pop up. I can see a couple of them popping up here and there. And that's basically Floetrol will give you some cells here and there. I wasn't really going for cells, but it does kind of make them look like little knots in the wood. These two end pieces really look weird because of the the shape of the wood. Alright, let's see what happens when we do this. Let's see if we can maybe hold it here with that to pull this tape off. Hopefully that'll eventually start flowing over the end there. And do the same down here. Don't think there was enough paint. Doesn't seem to be coming off the ends very quickly. Where's my mirror? There's my mirror. There's a spot there. Several spots. What color is that? Might have been more level than what I thought it was. Doesn't seem to be wanting to flow off at the ends here. And I'm not sure why. I don't know the answer. Get rid of these pieces of tape. Wipe my hands off a little bit. I can maybe scoop up some of this and put it on there. Don't want that. I know, I'm not talking very much. It's usually what happens with me. I get concentrating on what I'm doing and forget to talk. Okay, let's go down here. See if we can help this end out a little bit. Paint may have been too thick. I'm kind of thinking that right now. And get my mirror here. Check these other spots. Like I said, this was a one I didn't know how it was going to come out. Hope I'm still in frame here. Yeah. Well, let's torch a little bit more now and see what happens. These two ends really look goofy. I'm like, you know, look the way I had envisioned them to look. The torch is just to get rid of bubbles. Those of you who do this kind of stuff know why I'm doing this. Because little bubbles will show up. And it encourages some of these cells actually too to pop up. That little spot right there. Alright, let me go back here and check this back edge again. Yeah, my mirror, that's my little way of cheating and looking at the back edge. And we'll get some of these drips off here. Off the bottom. I do have the bottom taped. So it doesn't look too bad. All right then. Scan it a little bit here for stuff that's not supposed to be there. Maybe right there. I mean, it doesn't look all that bad. Doesn't look exactly like I wanted it to. But then again, this isn't for me. This is for somebody else. I could have used a little bit more white in some of these, I think. There's enough white in the middle, but I could have used a bit more white in some of these. It just looks weird right in there around those holes. All right, let me get my gloves off and excuse me, bring you down for some close-up entertainment here. Actually is no green in there. I can see some of the colors mixed and make it look like green, but there's no green paint in that. Alright, let me get some close-ups here. There's no blue in it either, but the flash and the lights and everything else kind of make it look like different colors. That's it. One that looks green, but there's no green in it. That's the yellow ochre, I believe, probably mixing with some of the burnt sienna or one of the other colors to give a green tint. Let me turn this off so I don't get that glare so badly. I got some nice looking rings there. Some lines. And they kind of carry down around the edges a little bit. This wasn't easy to do with this irregular shaped piece of wood. There's a little spot that needs to be hit right there. All in all, I guess it came out okay. Just kind of get an angle this way. Turn this other light off. Just use my flash. So I'm happy and I'm not happy with it. I don't really like the way these designs came out. I would have liked to have been a little more similar in style to these. And I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because I had the paint too thick or it wasn't flowing right. I don't know. I don't know the reason why they did that. A little bit because of the hole, I know that. And I guess I could have waited and drilled the hole afterwards. But I didn't. That's the way I did it. So anyhow, that's what I did today. Just painted. Well, you watched me just paint it. Now I got to cover it up and let it dry for a few days before I do anything else with it. But thanks for watching, folks. Appreciate it. God bless. Bye.